Articulation Radio. Articulation. Salutations! Welcome to another exciting episode of Articulation Radio. I am your hostess, the eternally grateful Goddess Sage. You know how we do things here at Articulation Radio. We will kick off the top of the day's episode by taking a quick glance at the news headlines. And today's news segment is sponsored by bepublished.org.
These are three of the news headlines and events I saw today, Tuesday, March 23rd, 2021, when visiting EliteValuesNews.com. Philippines say 220 Chinese boats have encroached in South China Sea. Russian leader Putin reportedly to be vaccinated against COVID-19 today. And the Palmer Legacy accepts donations for educational and career scholarships today through April 30th via Cash App to hashtag, that's that $, RS Palmer. Those are three of the news headlines and events I saw when visiting EliteValuesNews.com on your behalf. Be sure to check us out every hour on the hour and in multiple categories because, as you know, so much happens in this world of ours, and the staff here at Elite Values News makes it a point to keep you abreast of as much as possible. I am Joaquin Mann, reporting live on your behalf.
Looking to get the latest news? Visit Elite Values. EliteValuesNews.com has all the latest news and information. Check out the headlines daily. EliteValuesNews.com for all of your latest news.
Do you want to be published? Are you looking for a high-quality, low-cost way to be published with a fast turnaround? Visit bepublished.org to publish today. www.bepublished.org. bepublished.org. Publish today. Books, movies, and music.
Listeners, we love you. We hear you. And I am definitely happy to be here with you again today on this episode of Articulation Radio, where you will not only hear wonderful music from independent artists from around the world, you will also get the chance to hear me talk to a move maker, a doer, and I'm not going to tell you with whom I'll be speaking or about what we'll be discussing, but stay tuned.
Whoever loved, that love not at first sight, maybe Marlowe's one true confession, you know, and I too have loved since eyes were first laid, and I could see then you'd never want to go. You know you got it, baby. You got it going on. You know you got me, baby. You got me loving strong. You know you got a baby. You gotta do me right. 'Cause you know you wanna, baby. Keep me all your life. Ain't nobody hold nobody the way that I do. Ain't no lover in the whole world do the things for you I
ARTistReview.com. All artists need a platform. The Artist Review makes sure you have the one you need to put your work in front of your fans. ARTistReview.com. Artist, REVUE.com.
I first would like to introduce a special visitor with us this evening.
Man. Every time I began to explain how hard it is to be me, I get ready to express myself, but then I get the vibe that they don't even want to hear me. But I got the voice that is powerful. See, I was transformed into focus, giving faith, only knowing ultimately that one day I would succeed. But my dreams are my dreams, and for those that don't believe, watch me.
Too black, too strong, too strong.
Shall bow at my feet, and to you that may seem speechless to expose your feelings towards me, your mouths will be made open to prove you never doubted me, but was just unsure of my worth. Guidance of your heart will soon be mine, and I am then made to say that I am truly one of a kind. You snakes in sheep's clothing, beware, for I call and hunt you out in despair. That you have defiled me as your queen, and now you are made a disbeliever that is unprepared for focus. Truth spoken, I am she that lies beneath her lyrics. Born ahead of the game, proclaim my fame, ever spoke my name in destroyable blame. What a shame that you now have to catch up just to stay focused. Crown me. How dare you disbelieve in your queen?
peoplewarmer.com. Book your travel today. peoplewarmer.com for wherever you want to stay. peoplewarmer.com wherever you want to play. peoplewarmer.com.
You have a product? Let them help you increase sales. You have a video? Let them help you make it go viral. Peoplewarmers.com. peoplewarmers.com.
Yes, so much truth in that. Disbelievers by Miss Kiki, Queen Focus. And we kicked off today's episode of Articulation Radio with Nil Zilch None by yours truly, Goddess Sage. Now, before I play Milkshakes and Popsicles by Martin Land for you, and then, of course, I'm going to bring on the day's interview, I want to give you a little bit of information, including with whom I'll be speaking. Now, first, let me tell you, of course, today's episode is titled Umpiring Your Empire, because I will be interviewing the fashion mogul, Jackie Bertolette, about her, not only her fashion empire, and I call it an empire because, of course, she has a fashion line, a fashion magazine. She also will be soon, I'll share that last bit of news for the actual interview, break that. But head on over to her website, hauteohio.com. That's HAUTEOHIO.com. And you'll be able to go ahead and get in on it. But before I bring on that interview, after I play that cut for you, I want to tell you a little bit how you can umpire your empire, or whatever it is, even if you don't have your own business, but just want to kind of manage your life a little better. How umpires make sure that everything go right. So in general, you want to make sure that you, number one, understand the standards. Set standards if you don't have them in place, but your main goal is to maintain the standards and observe the rules that are in place, okay? And you also need to impose penalties as well as determine results. You also award points. You verify the scoring. You announce the winners. You identify infractions. You also examine the participants and ensure that the regulations are actually followed. So no matter what you have going on in your life, you want to umpire your empire. Maintain those standards, observe the rules, award the points, examine the participants, make sure that they are following the rules, are adhering to the regulations, impose penalties where need be, after you identify those infractions, and of course, determine the results overall and verify the scoring, as well as announce the winners, and don't give credit where credit is not due. I mean, you're not desperate and hard up, don't give anyone what they don't deserve. Too many people have that sense of entitlement. And as hard as you work for what you have, you should not just give away what you have literally gone through blood, sweat, and tears for, and possibly trauma for, to someone who doesn't even appreciate it enough to work for it, so definitely umpire your empire. And stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and roll that cut for you, Milkshakes and Popsicles by Martin Land. And then I am going to bring on the interview with Jackie Bertolette, and we're going to talk about her fashion empire and break the news about the new thing that she has going on, in addition to what she already has rolling. So again, head on over to hauteohio.com if you haven't already done so, HAUTEOHIO.com, and stay tuned. I'm going to bring Jackie on.
If you're looking for ghost writers, grant writers, technical writers, any kind of writers, go to the Writers Consortium. Their website is maryjefferson.us, MaryJefferson.us, the Writers Consortium, for all of your writing needs, proposals, grants, academic papers, whatever it is you dream of, ghostwriting. The Writers Consortium can help you achieve your goals.
You are listening to Articulation Radio. Head on over to articulationmedia.club and let us know your thoughts.
Phone lines are open right now at Articulation Radio. Call 312-899-6237. That's 312-899-6237.
Have you always wanted to start a business but can't seem to get it off the ground? Need help building a website? Contact The Conglomerate, 972-880-8316, or visit theconglomerate.work. 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 972-880-8316. Start your new business today.
Want to buy stocks, jewels, real estate, or other high-end items? Would you love to be able to contribute to charitable initiatives but cannot do these things with the money you currently have? Join Regal City Investment and Social Club, where you can pool money each month with other investors to make major purchases, give to the needy, and possibly turn a profit. www.regalcity.xyz. Become a Regal citizen today by joining Regal City Investment and Social Club. regalcity.xyz.
Articulation Radio is very honored to have on the line with us today the fashion mogul, Jackie Bertolette. And of course, people, we're going to be turning you guys on to something good. You guys are going to be able to get an exclusive today. And we're going to, I would say, let you all know how you can get even more from Jackie and her team, because, of course, you all are already used to all of the great fashions. They are, of course, celebrating the 5th anniversary of the fashion magazine for Hot Ohio, and they are going to tell you about something big they have going. So, but before we get into that, Jackie Bertolette, how are you doing today?
Hello, I am wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Oh, our pleasure and indeed our honor, especially considering such great news that you have to share with the people. But first, let's catch some of those up who have not had a chance to be blessed with some of your wonderful fashions and who don't know about your magazine. Let them know about some of the highlights. So let's first get started by letting them know what piqued your interest in fashion and about some of the successes that you've been able to garner so far.
Absolutely. So I actually, piqued my fashion interest way back in high school. I kind of always, I'm a Midwest girl, and I kind of always dressed a little bit out of the box for the Midwest. And I never really went all the way out of the box where I really wanted to go because, it just wasn't cool here. And so after high school, I kind of was like, okay, now I can be me. And I just tended to dress much more fashion forward than anyone around me. And I actually had gone into college for a completely different type of degree and ended up in commercial photography. And so along the way, it just kind of happened. I became a model to help pay for my college, and one thing led to another. And 30 years later, here I am. I own my own fashion magazine, and I run Ohio Fashion Week. And just kind of one thing after another gave me exactly where I'm supposed to be today, to be able to give opportunities to other people who had the dreams that I did back 30 years ago.
That is beautiful, and you have put in such hard work because, of course, people already know that coming up with new designs, even if you're not doing the actual sewing, but just creating those designs and being able to convey those ideas onto paper to give to someone, but even to materialize them from the design concept to turn them into something wearable, then to get it to where other people are able to see these things. And then, of course, to have that magazine. We know all of the hard work that goes into print journalism, the writing, the compilation, the editing, the getting the actual photos. But, of course, being that you have that photography behind you, I'm sure that kicked in as well. But, of course, those deadlines and working with the teams and, oh, my gosh.
Yes,
people,
it is very...
Yes.
It is very labor intensive, yes, on many, many levels, yes. But it's a labor of love. I love what I do.
And for other people who are interested in doing something similar, tell them real quick, what would you say for you was the greatest hurdle that you had to overcome to even accomplish some of the great things you have?
I think... Even though I knew I had talent, I do sew my own clothes, by the way. I make all of it. I don't just design it. But I do very kind of, again, fashion-forward, couture, avant-garde stuff. Not too much wearable on the street. Some, but not much. But I knew I had talent as a photographer, which is like my first love. And I knew I could sew well and make some really cool stuff. But I really wasn't confident in being able to put that persona out to the public and really actually call myself an artist, like to the world. Like I knew I was good, but to say, oh, here I am, I'm great, look at me, that was difficult for me. But once I decided, you know what, I am pretty good and I can offer other people opportunities to be good too. So that's kind of was the biggest hurdle for me. Self-confidence, I think.
And for the other things, there are some people who are like, well, I would love to have my own fashion line, but I feel like, or even some that are like, hey, I already have designed some things and I put them out, but I don't really push myself because, I haven't yet gone to Fashion Week, or, I haven't had a fashion show of my line. Do you feel like, or is it true that in order for people to really be considered as having their own fashion line, that they have to have the big fashion show or they have to go to Fashion Week? What is there that is, if there is any one thing that a person has to be sure to do after they develop their line to really be considered true in having a fashion line, what would you say it is that they must do to really be an official line?
I think, first of all, sell anything. I don't think it has to be a Fashion Week show. I don't think it has to be anything grand. I think it has to be a photo shoot of your line, a lookbook, that automatically elevates you into the true professional level. And then sell one piece. That's it. After you've sold one piece, you are a professional fashion designer. So then you go from there.
Yes, I agree. And now, there's a bit of big news that you have and that I've teased my listeners with. Oh, my gosh, and I'm sure there are some that are, like, pulling out their hair because they're like, oh, even in the intro, she wouldn't tell us. And what is this big news? What is this exclusive? I want you to have the honor, Jackie, of dropping the bomb on them. There is this big, great new project that you all have on the horizon. And for those of you, of course, who before she drops this, because I want to drag it out as long as possible, I want you all to head over to her website, heartohio.com, because you want to be into some of this heart fashion, and you definitely want to stay all nice and couture. So get on into it, baby. HAUTE HAUTEOhio.com, hauteohio.com, HAUTEOHIO.com. And people, you want in on this. You want to be sure to stay on top of this. And Jackie and her team are making sure that you are able to get the best, stay on top of the best, and be among the first people to always find out about the best new stuff that's coming out, because Jackie and her team are giving you blank. Jackie, what's that new thing you guys are going to be giving our listeners?
We are actually in the process of launching our podcast. It's called A Fashion Empire, and it is actually everything about being in the industry. It's the real, the ups, the downs, the sads, the funnies, the laughters, the tears, everything. And we talk to all types of insiders in every profession, even just fashionistas who want to be inside and see what's going on. We talk about trends. We talk about, behind the scenes. It's so much fun. And we already have canned quite a few of them, and we're getting ready to launch at the end of March. So you have to watch for us through our website, HauteOhio.com, and there'll be video on YouTube and then audio on all the audio podcast platforms.
That is lovely. And people see, I told you this was going to be juicy. This is so juicy. And, of course, for us to even have the opportunity to be among the first people to even know that this is going to be happening. So it's really no excuse, people, no excuse. And I promise you, whatever it is that you have in mind, whatever your style is, or even if you're looking for a new style or even to enhance your style, you're going to have even more options than you're already given on hauteohio.com already.
Yes.
And so people definitely stay tuned. And even if you have certain ideas, certain questions, even if you want to find out, hey, Jackie, what really are the best types of shoes for me to wear with my socks? Then she'll be able to let you know, what comp, may look better or what color. And, she'll be able to help you out with that because, there are indeed some shoes that look great with socks. And then there are others that, no, you would not want to wear a sock with it, So definitely, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to stay on the listen out for the premiere of that new podcast. And Jackie, tell them again the name of your podcast.
It is called A Fashion Empire, and we focus on small business talent, so small designers, models, and we're 100% inclusive, so we do talk to all races, creeds, walks, everything. So we include that in all of our endeavors. So it's going to be really exciting.
And what steps should people take if they want to be a guest on the show or if they want to listen in? Where can they find the podcast and how can they submit to be included?
Yes, you can find all the information you would need through the website, hauteohio.com. There's going to be a tab for A Fashion Empire, and all of the submission and guest requirements will be there, and any links to where you can find the podcast once it's up online. And then if you want to be with the magazine or in Ohio Fashion Week, we have opportunities for participants. You don't have to be professional at all. And, contributors and sponsors and advertisers. So we really have the whole gamut, and we're just trying to uplift the fashion industry and include 100% diversity.
Yes, we love you, Jackie Bertolette, and all of the great things that you're doing there with hauteohio.com, the A Fashion Empire podcast that you have coming out. And definitely, I want to know what big plans do you guys have to celebrate the 5th anniversary of your fashion magazine?
Well, actually, that's what the podcast is. It is sort of the, culmination. Our spring issue will come out on March 22nd, and that'll be the day we launch our podcast. So it's going to be like our 5th anniversary celebration. So it's really going to be a really cool month. This month's going to be really exciting.
Oh, beautiful. And what are some of the things that they can look out to? I'm sure that you guys already have things planned for March and April. Do you all have any special events that are upcoming here, April, May?
Yes, we actually, the podcast will begin launching at the end of March, and then we will begin doing webinars for modeling classes and hair and makeup classes and things like that, basics, how to get started, behind the scenes truths, things of that nature. And then, of course, Ohio Fashion Week happens in September, And we will do Avant-Garde show in August to launch off Ohio Fashion Week. So it's going to be an amazing year.
I love it, people. This is so exciting. This is so exciting. You all have to get in, and I want to see some of you all donning some of the great wares from hauteohio.com. So definitely head on over to that website, hauteohio.com, and be sure to listen out for the A Fashion Empire podcast. And go ahead and let us know about your feedback, you know, and as well as connect with Jackie and the team there that she has. And also, wherever you go, even whether you're on Facebook, on LinkedIn, whatever social media, I recommend also drop reviews of the product there as well, so that way you can share this excellent offering with people, because as we know, with things that are great and that are exclusive like this, it's not the word on the street. And people wish it would be, you know, but it's not. So let's go ahead and make sure that this time we make sure that the good stuff that we know about that is exclusive and high-end, that we make it the word on the street, starting with these products here that Jackie Bertolette and her team are offering. And again, that website, hauteohio.com, HAUTEOHIO.com. And again, keep your listen out for that new podcast, A Fashion Empire. And of course, that's going to be their great way of celebrating the 5th anniversary of the fashion magazine that they have for Haute Ohio. And people, Jackie, I know that the listeners are feeling like, you know, that there's some other nugget there that you have to give them that time just is not going to allow. So what is there that you would like to be sure to say with the listeners or share with the listeners that you've not yet had a chance to say yet?
The first thing that I want to make sure everybody knows is that, you know, we do focus on small business couture and in the Midwest to uplift our talent, but we're not limited at all. We do have designers from around the world, models from around the world. Our participants travel the world. So even though we're in fashion and it's the Midwest, it's still a global enterprise, but a small business at the same time. I literally run it from my kitchen table. So that's why it's called a fashion empire. So if you want to be part of it, really, anybody can be part of it. If you just have a dream of trying it, or if you're a full-fledged experienced model, designer, photographer, just get in touch with us. We'd love to talk to you and see what we can do to collaborate.
Wow. Now that is exciting, people. It's not that every day you run across someone who's in such a high demand industry that is letting you know that they have the door open for you if that's something that you want to do too. Babies, don't be caught sleeping. Do not let this opportunity pass you by. And for those of you who already know you have the experience as well as the wherewithal to apply the diligence that this industry indeed needs, then you already know if you don't take advantage of this, you're cutting your own throat or leaving money on the table, and those things are senseless. No need to do that. Take advantage of the great offerings that you have here and get involved. Go ahead and join the team that Jackie Bertolette has set up there at hauteohio.com, and go ahead and get involved with the A Fashion Empire new podcast, as well as, of course, see what work you can do with that fashion magazine. And for those of you who are like, hey, you know, I wish I could do some of that stuff, I would love to learn, I'm sure that they'll be willing to teach you as long as you have that willingness. So go ahead and pursue that opportunity. You heard her. She said yes. People, what are you waiting for? Jump on it.
That's
Jump
what we do. I'm trying to provide the opportunities that I did not have when I was 20 years old. So if somebody has a dream in the fashion industry, I can help them get started, you know. So that's what I do.
Wow.
100% inclusive. All walks of life, all ages, sizes, it doesn't matter. And we can get you into the fashion industry.
Wow. Now, people, that's love. That's love. It's all about dream fulfillment today here on Articulation Radio. So go ahead, baby. It's time for y'all to wake up and start getting up and doing some stuff, okay? Stop sleepwalking. Wake up and start doing the things that you say you want to do, okay, because Jackie's going to help you. And in the meantime, stay tuned. We're going to spin a couple of more songs for you while you go ahead and head on over to hauteohio.com and make your dream come true.
Do you frequently shop online and you're looking for a new place to shop? Join the club, JeffersonTaylor.club.
where models, designers, inventors, and other creators offer customers the best products at fair prices. Jefferson Taylor. JeffersonTaylor.club. Join the club. Shop today. JeffersonTaylor.club.
Up next for you is Out of Thin Air by Jessie Lawrence featuring Jolyon, followed by Your Mind by the Furthermores featuring Vincent Vega.
Would you like a motivational speaker to come to your company or organization to speak to your group? Visit lifespurposeministries.com. That's lifespurposeministries.com.
Articulation Radio thanks you so much for listening. So head on over right now to articulationmedia.club and let us know your thoughts on today's episode. In the meantime, we're going to keep the show rolling for you.
Are you single and seeking a lifestyle club that's centered around you? Go to sittingroom.xyz to register today. Sittingroom.xyz, where sexy singles socialize. Get merchandise and event invites by joining us at sittingroom.xyz today.
You would be mine. Honestly, I'm out of words. Yeah. It started with Lakers and beers. Now there's something different here. I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna hold you every night. Hold you. I wanna kiss you when you cry. I wanna kiss you when you cry. I wanna tell the world you're mine. You're mine. Fingertips, they sure don't hurt. When I'm losing track of time, baby, I don't mind. Honestly, you're something else. You're making it better for me with all of the things you teach me. You're making it better for me. You don't do another TV. I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna hold you every night. Hold you. I wanna kiss you when you cry. I wanna kiss you when you cry. I wanna tell the world you're mine. You're mine. You're mine. I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna hold you every night. I wanna kiss you when you cry. I wanna kiss you when you cry. I wanna tell the world you're mine. You're mine. You're take you for a ride. I wanna hold you every night. Hold you. I wanna kiss you when you cry. I wanna kiss you when you cry. I wanna tell the world you're mine. You're mine. You're mine.
Weddings are expensive, but your love is worth it. Go to marryusnow.us to book the Minister of Love to officiate your wedding today. The fee is only $200 if your wedding is in the city of Chicago, and there's only a small fee to get the Minister of Love to travel outside of Chicago to your wedding location. Book the Minister of Love today. Visit marryusnow.us. That's marryusnow.us.
Thank you so much for joining us today for this episode of Articulation Radio. There is no other reason why we do this other than you. We hope that you have enjoyed today's episode, that the information you received has been something you can immediately apply, as well as you have enjoyed this great music from independent artists from around the world. We also encourage you, if you have not already gone over to articulationmedia.club so that you can ensure your music, your ads, as well as your interview is scheduled. Be sure to do that right now. But in the meantime, thank you again for being a listener. But more importantly, be sure that you are a doer. Keep doing whatever it is that you are called to do. Make sure that you let nothing stop you. So in other words, keep making things happen, baby. Articulation. 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 Articulation.